The Burmese, also known as Tabitha, was a kind and faithful disciple of the Lord. She helped the poor and the good whenever she could. One thing she did was make clothes and robes for the people in her community. One day she fell ill and eventually died. Peter was in Lydda, which is close to Joppa, where she lived. When her loved ones heard about this, they went to Lydda and brought him to Dorcas. They brought him upstairs to her, and he sent them away and started praying. Then he got up and said, Tabitha, get up. She opened her eyes and get up. They went outside and people were overjoyed because they loved her and she did good for them whenever she could. Then the news spread and people started believing in the Lord. And Dorcas was a gift to us and was given extra time on earth because she loved everyone around her. The lesson of this story is that the Lord will reward people who serve Him, and death does not limit what He can do. And in CBC, there are mother figures who may not have their own biological children, but they give care and love to children, like giving them food, taking care of them, giving clothes, and supporting Sunday school and youth events. And us children love them too because they're like a mother figure in our lives.
I'm going to be talking about Jochebed, who was Moses' mother. Moses' mother was a Hebrew lady named Jochebed, living in Egypt during slavery. She was the daughter of Levi and married to Amram. Moses was born several years after her marriage. Moses was the youngest of the family because he had two older siblings, a sister and a brother. The sister is the oldest named Miriam, and the brother is named Aaron. What did Moses' mother do to save Moses? When Moses was born in Egypt during slavery, the king of Egypt declared that all Israelites, newborn baby boys, would be executed. When Jochebed, the mother of Moses, heard this, she was afraid of Moses getting killed. Jochebed had an idea to save her son from getting killed, and it is by laying Moses into a basket and letting him flow away in the Nile River. Secretly, Moses' older sister Miriam followed her baby brother without being caught. But later, the princess of Egypt found a basket with Moses in it. The princess was sad because she knew that the baby was an Israelite. But she spared Moses and took him as her own. Later, Miriam was called the princess. Miriam asked the princess if she would like someone to nurse the baby until he was old enough. The princess said yes. After this, Jochebed was going to babysit Moses for 24 months, which is 2 years, until she could give back her son to the princess. Jochebed gave all her faith and taught Moses about important stuff. This means that God gave Jochebed a chance to nurse her baby again and to save him. Jochebed was a good mother and was brave and caring for her own children. She taught her children in the way of the Lord. Mothers in Calvary are also like Jochebed. They care for their children, they teach the children to walk in the way of God, they are brave and creative to protect and care for their children. I'm going to be talking about Hannah. Hannah was a woman who was not able to give birth. One day, Hannah went to a sanctuary by herself. She was so destroyed on the inside and crushed by knowing she was not able to give birth. As she was praying to God about her situation, she met Eli, and he had heard Hannah's prayer. Eli hears what Hannah was going through and told her that she may go and leave, knowing that her prayer would be answered. Soon, Hannah had given birth to a son, and her prayer was answered. Hannah had told her husband that once her child was weaned, she would dedicate her son to the Lord. Hannah praised God, saying about how God is great and good. After Hannah had left her son to Eli, she had returned to her home. trust in God and constantly pray for their children. They teach their children the ways of God. We are protected because of the prayers of mothers.